Sun, moon, stars,
It's a dark night, 2-0, so you see the beacon of light through that black hole. Greetings, signs and moons, and of course I have to welcome back all my stars. I'm going to go ahead and get into channeling this energy. Now, someone or something sees someone in this reading as a damsel in destitute. However, I'm picking up a damsel in distress. And since this is the case, you could be someone that has a brooch dedicated to a seraphim, and because this pendant is from a certain era, when you or someone involved in this pool decided to dedicate it, they left out Archangel. Or you did. Now, a self-proclaimed general also is showing up in this pool. But because several individuals are claiming to be something that they are not, I'm getting several different scenarios. Now, one being something is not declared, and the other being a badge is not legit. And since this is the case, when you or someone that you're speculating realizes that a coin was melted down to create a badge, they're going to say that you or whoever this person is owes them. Now, I'm also picking up an incident that involves a double crossing. And because you or a third person is missing a 22, when you realize that the person that you allowed in your home was the person that took it, you're going to see her differently. Now, you may refer to this person as a snow bunny, or someone involved in this pool does. Now, for 3 of the groups involved in this pool, someone was either using your identity, your ID, or the person that was doing this mistake you for someone else. And because of this, someone's door got booted in. Now, for one situation, this involved a motel, and for another, this happened at a nearby Airbnb. Now, if you're a part of the group that had their domain kicked in, when you or someone that you know noticed that the glass was broken in the front, you didn't pay attention to the rear door. And because this is involving a business circle, when you realized that several adjacent businesses also had their window broken, you decided to add a bolt lock to the front door. However, because the rear door was open, you didn't realize that the person that was in the midst of taking something was still in the domain. Now, if you recently got your car booted, you weren't aware at the time of purchasing this vehicle that it had outstanding tickets on it. And because you never transferred the title, you're going to have a hard time retrieving this car. Now, for a group of other individuals in a similar situation, your car is already impounded. And for one person, it's been a month, and for another, it's been almost 3 months. Because the person that owns one of these cars is incarcerated, you're not going to be able to get that car back. And for the other, when the female drove off in that car, or when you did, you didn't realize, or this person didn't realize, that the registration was not up to date. And since this is the case, when this car got pulled over, the person driving it also ended up behind bars. Now, if you're one of the individuals driving around in someone's car that you know is incarcerated, what you need to know is the documents associated to that car is not legit. So before you head off to the motor vehicles to try to transfer that title, you need to know that it's not going to pass smog and the fuse associated with that dashboard is out. Now, someone that is claiming that they bought a car from Fig is also going to realize something about their new car. Now, if you are indeed the person that purchased the car from Fig, when you transferred the title, your tags ended up going to someone else's home. And this is because the information that was inputted into that computer was not correct. Now, if you are a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, someone that you told you were clairvoyant is also claiming to be a light-bodied being. And this is because in your rap lyrics, you said you were activated by light. However, because I know you are a Demonici, every time you say light, the lights dim. When you go to perform that song and you say light, everything in there is going to shut down. And this is because you are a Demonici. Now, if you recently received a message from someone that ran off on the plug twice, when this person realized that you were the individual showing up in all of these pools for them, they decided that they would borrow their sister's pew pew in order to intimidate you. However, what they don't realize, or you, is that there is no ammo. Now, since the water energy is here, what this is telling is the other side of the game and what took place on game day. And if you are someone that was either playing in this game or you bet on it, what I have for you is you cannot train me to tell you who's going to win. And if your jersey number happens to be 14, what we have for you is an incident involving a car crash. Now, if you remember last November, because you may not since you had a minor concussion, when you got out of your rented Lambo, and someone said you play for the Raptors, however, you're not the player that plays for them. And since you know that that is you, because you're still having to pay for someone's bills, you are aware that the portion in the last video that talked about someone believing that they were you and someone acting as if they are you is the case of mistaken identity. Now, going forth in the coming months, what's going to happen is someone is going to get dropped and someone's going to get released. Now, if you're intertwined with the person that is being released, when he touches down, he's going to expect to see his Lambo. Now, you claim to have it repaired. However, that Lambo is up for sale. And since this is the case, you are already aware that this earth sign energy is involving them. So his release date is coming up soon. However, you don't know it. And this is because he tells you bald-faced lies due to the fact that he knows that you are part of the reason why he is in there. That is it. What is your name? What is your name?
Saragisias Ietha.